Hello, Digidestin, and welcome to the King's Court. Oh man, okay, so there is a lot of stuff that has been getting leaked slash revealed lately. Now, if you haven't seen it already, I already did a video earlier today. I guess consider this a special double upload for the day. Oh man, we've been doing more of those lately. But anyways, I went and talked about the new generic color support called the Scramble cards. I almost said Scrabble. Um, Basically, if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and go check that one out. It was the one before this one. We also did some gameplay between Tamer and Michael and channel friend. We'll call him Jay. Cool dude, by the way. But this video, I want to talk about a new Greymon we're going to be getting. Now, if you're new to the channel, I primarily focus on the Greymon stuff. Primarily Black War Greymon. That's my favorite Digimon of all time, period. Number one, that's what I focus on. Just like if you watch our Yu-Gi-Oh! Content, I focus on heroes primarily. And Pokemon, okay, that's like little iffy since rotations and all that, but, usually just like, okay, let's not exact that one. But anyways, the point is, when it comes to Digimon, I always focus on anything that can be used in that deck. So primarily anything Greymon, Agumon, Metal Greymon. I always look into it just to see how good it is, and this is a very good new Greymon. So I want to talk about it, maybe go over how this card can be used and just how useful it is. And really quickly, I love the artwork. At first, I didn't notice until channel member Michael pointed it out to me. No, this is the movie Agumon, Greymon, and Coron from the old Digimon movie, not the the one that was in theaters. No. The old, well, yeah, actually, it was the one in theaters. The old school one, where Agumon is like the size of a house. So, I couldn't tell at first, but you could tell actually, right? Because one, Agumon's eyes are usually green. This one's is blue. Well, okay, actually, no, it is green. But you can primarily tell with the shape of its head. Its head, like Agumon, yeah, has a big head, especially Agumon 2006. The one for Geo that turns into Geo Greymon. He has a really big head, but this one has like a really defined square shaped head. So yeah, you can tell this is that one. So I don't know. I think that's a cool touch. So I wanted to go over that really quick. So, which makes sense actually, because if I remember right, Parrotmon is like getting stuff. So hey, for any bird fans out there, you'll be eating good soon. So, before we get to discussing the card, and before I go over it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow our social media for more Digimon content. Now, and in the comments, let me know what you think of this Greymon. Do you think it's good? Do you think it'll find like its place in Greymon tribal decks? I think it will, honestly. I think it's a really good card. So, let's discuss it. It's a level 4, obviously. White. Very interesting, the fact it's a white Greymon. It's going to be a BT17, obviously. We're not getting that for a while. It's a 5 cost, and right here, the rainbow. So you could Digivolve this on top of pretty much any color, and it'll cost 3. Unless, right here, obviously, okay, it says if it's Agumon, it'll cost 2. So obviously that makes sense. 5,000 DP, pretty standard. So, Greymon, BT17 Champion Vaccine Dinosaur. Digivolve, I know also not just me, but I know channel member Cbit, he's also excited because he focuses on his Dobrikmon deck, and he says this card could be easily used in that deck, so we're both excited for this card. Let's see. Agumon, yeah, 2 costs for Agumon. When Digivolving, if this Digimon's name is Coromon, it gains 3,000 DP for the turn. Now, that may sound a little strange, but once you go over the rest of the text, you'll see it'll make sense. Then, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP as his Digimon. So, this doesn't mean 8K. Now, imagine we got the 2,000 plus Agumon, or even the 1,000 one. And if you're running the Coromon that gives you more DP, this could be a potential multiple multiple Digimon just delete button, especially with like some of the smaller ones like Pomamon and stuff like that. So that's pretty good right there. So just as much or less then. Okay, so that makes sense. Alright, Alterns. This Digimon has all the names of level 3 and lower cards in your Digivolution cards. That's what this meant. Now, at first, I was also a little confused on what that meant until I actually had to think about it. Oh, so its name also counts as Agumon and Coromon, which is good because it says right here, if this Digimon's name is Coromon, it gains an extra 3000 DP, which will add to its ability to delete other Digimon, which is really good. Oh wait, yeah. Then delete one of your opponent's Digimon. Okay, so I'm sorry, I jumped the gun right there. My bad. My bad. Thousand pardons. It's not a multiple Digimon deleter. Ah, that'd be so good though. But it can possibly delete a really big Digimon, which is good because think of it like this: you have your Agumon. Let's say, for example, it's the 2000 plus one. That'll give him. Now this will boost up Greymon to 10k. You could potentially delete a really small or possibly a medium-sized Digimon. Then you can go into your Metal Greymon, and then you can digivolve something, delete, and then you either have your Altarius mode, or if you're running it, the virus Metal Greymon X, which can also delete Digimon. So this thing is very good for a lot of anti-meta plays because it'll take care of Digimon like Pomamon or stuff like that. Sorry about that. Man, allergies. So the fact that it'll delete Digimon and you can even you can use this to climb up, combined also when those Scrabble cards come out. I said Scrabble again. Scramble, I'm so sorry. This will make this easily just to climb up there, so this is actually a very good one. And also has more effect. Sorry, I'm just really distracted by how good this one already is. Alterns. This Digimon has all the names of level 3 and lower. Okay, we know that one. On deletion, you may play one Taikamiya card with one Tamer card with Taikamiya in its name or Kari Kamiya. So yeah, this actually makes more sense the fact it's the movie because if you've seen that one, if you're an old fossil like me, that movie primarily focused on a very small Tai and Kari finding the Digimon egg that became Bodamon, then became Koromon, and eventually Agumon, who's like the size of a house. So that's pretty cool. So I think that's really cool. What other decks play card do? It only set if card with Taikamiya or Kari from your hand. With Taikamiya or Kari from your hand without paying its cost. So could you play like the that one red and yellow Tai and Kari card? I think I've seen like some Shine Greymon players play it, but like not a lot really. That's actually something I'm curious about. So on deletion, you can play one Tamer card with Tai Kamiya or Kari Kamiya from your hand without paying the cost, or hatch in your breeding area, which is okay. That's really interesting. There aren't a lot of effect. Like the only effect like cards I can think of that lets you do that is analog youth. So that's cool. We got our own way to kind of like turbo out because like there have been times sometimes when like you move out your Digimon, stuff happens, and then you got to wait a whole nother turn to start setting up your next ones that you have in your hand. So this could be used, like if something happens, obviously you wouldn't want to lose your Greymon, but if that happens, you can just hatch another Koromon and start getting ready. So for the next turn, so that's actually pretty good. I like that. Inherited. On deletion, you may play one Tamer card with Taikamiya or Kari Kamiya from your hand without paying the cost, or hatch in your breeding area. Okay, now this is interesting. This Greymon has a lot of utilization in multiple different ways. Okay, first, back to the first one. It'll give, because of its own natural ability to be considered Agumon and Koromon, it'll automatically gain extra 3000 DP when digivolving, which is really good. So, that means it'll go up to 8k, and let's say, hypothetically, best case scenario, it's the 2000 plus BT14 Agumon we're talking about. During your turn, the Digimon will gain 2000 DP. So realistically, right there, 10k. Not only that, actually, think about it. If we're using if we're playing like Black War Greymon or something, we use our, if we have a tie set up already, 11k right there. I mean, an extra 1,000 right there, that's 11 right there. And if we're playing the Coromon that powers up our Digimon by 1,000, that's an instant 12k DP deletion. That's actually pretty good. Especially if we're playing against a deck that likes to have multiple big Digimon on the field. So this is really good. I like this. Because that's one of the cool things about the Metal Greymon lineup, the one that we use in Black War Greymon. If you've seen the latest deck profile I uploaded, which, man, that video just blew up. If you saw that video, thank you so much. You go from Agumon, obviously, and if you're lucky, Agumon X, because, you know, those extra sources in case something happens used for Greymon X. Then you go into this. Right away, that's an instant 11k deletion right there. Then you go into your Greymon X, and you go into your Metal Greymon, and if it's still your turn, you could digivolve something on the field, then delete something else that's 4k or less. Then you can go, if you're really lucky, you got Alterius mode to put on top of Metal Greymon to delete something, then Metal Greymon X, and then you got your Black War Greymon X, or your Black War Greymon, and your Gaiomon. So there is a lot of utilization with this card that this thing can be really, really useful. I'm liking this card a lot. I'm actually really excited. Oh man, BT17, we're so far away from that. We just barely got EX5, I believe. You know, the new one with the new one. We just barely got that. As of recording this video, it should be out actually today. My friends have already been like, if you've been hearing noises coming from my computer, it's because the Discord that I'm part of, all my friends and my locals have been like sharing like their polls and everything. So I'm like, dang, I know, dang. So we're a good amount of, pretty far actually from BT17. But man, I got something to look forward to. I'm excited. I think anyone who plays like a Greymon based deck is really excited. This card's really good in all turns. You know, has the name Agumon and Coromon. This is also good because if you've been paying attention, there's also now a Agumon Ace, a new Agumon Ace card. I mean, Bond of Bravery. So because this game counts as Agumon, you could use this to go into your Agumon Bond of Bravery Ace or your Bond of Bravery. So if you play that deck, this is another good card for that deck. So man, that's pretty crazy. So on deletion, you may play one Tamer card with Tag Kamiya or Kari Kamiya from your hand without paying the cost or hatch in your breeding area. So that's really good because like if let's say worst case scenario, we swing or something and like something in the security blows up in our face and we lose our Digimon, at least we can set up another tie or something. That's pretty cool. And like I said, I wonder, it says Tamer with Tag Kamiya. I'm assuming this means like Tag Kamiya in the name. So because this also says Kari, could you also probably play like the red yellow tie in Kari? I think so. I'll have to ask like channel member Cbit. He knows all the rulings. I think that's what you can do with this. I'm pretty sure you can do that. So I don't know if there are any like anyone really running that card these days. I think in Shine Greymon they just focus on Marcus primarily. So I don't know if there's like a yellow vaccine deck that runs that card. So if there is, let me know in the comments. I'm probably drawing a blank right here. And the Inheritable, same thing. So both of them, if you lose, if like let's say worst case scenario, you lose your Digimon, you could use this, and right away, there you go. This is a really good. I really like this Greymon. I think it's super strong. I think it's gonna have its place in decks. Honestly, like, oh man, there's like so many Greymons right now, but the fact that this one can add more, like some more anti-meta plays with like deleting possibly a really big Digimon on the field, and can let us like use to go into Kari if we're worried about losing it, and if you want to play the Agumon Bond of Bravery deck because this thing counts as Agumon. So hey, you can just Digivolve on top of it into your Bond of Bravery. So that's something to really think about. So I think that's really cool. What do you think about this Greymon? I could go on forever just rambling how cool I think this card. Like I said, I love this artwork. It just looks great. I love the cards with the digital background. I really like that. So let me know what you think of this card in the comments. I think this card's really good. And overall, if there's any like more of the new cards you want us to talk about, let us know, and we'll get around to it. That's it for this video. Take care, and bye!